Exhausted, often hungry, and sometimes dehydrated, asylum seekers who come to the U.S.-Mexico border count on shelters to give them refuge. But over the past few weeks, the Good Neighbor Settlement House has gone from serving about 100 people a day to just a handful. What's changed?
Well, we're not sure. We're imagining it's the MPP that just got instated, where they go to the bridge, they get their first hearing, and then they're being sent back to Matamoros.
Up until recently, many people claiming asylum in the U.S., whether they were crossing through a port of entry or between them, would be stopped by Border Patrol, processed, and then released to family members in the U.S. while they awaited their court hearing to make their appeal for asylum. Now there's a new policy. That means they are processed by the Border Patrol, sent back to Mexico, and wait for that hearing. And that's why the Department of Homeland Security has created these tents that we're seeing here to serve as temporary sites for those hearings to take place. What happens in Mexico?
They're on the street, literally on the street, because the refugee places there are full.
Their families fleeing violence, extortion, and extreme poverty in search of a better life in the U.S. This mother said she feels lucky that she made it safely traveling for 2.5 months through Mexico from Honduras. Her 6-year-old daughter, Marbella, is why she's here. She suffers from a heart condition and needs surgery.
Y la situación de allá me hizo venir hasta acá. Y si estoy aquí, pues también creo que podría llegar a hacerlo y espero, me entiende, lograr mis metas y mis objetivos, pero lo principal es mi hija, porque viene mal de su corazón.
Despite the name Migrant Protection Protocols, critics and legal advocates fear that migrants are in danger of extortion, rape, kidnapping, and worse at the hands of cartels in Mexico. But the policy has expanded across cities including San Diego, El Paso, Yuma, Laredo, and Brownsville, with more than 20,000 so far processed and dropped off to wait in the Mexican towns across the border.
Lo que tengo entendido que decían ellos que solo los iban a tirar al puente, de ahí para allá ellos miraban qué hacían, ya no se resolvía nada de acá, ya no, ellos no hacían nada. Sí, con niños.
We parted ways with her as she boarded a bus to await her asylum hearings while staying with a friend in North Carolina. She says she considered herself lucky and hopes she and her kids will live a freer, safer, and healthier life in this country.